What's going on, contractors? I hope your day is going well. This is Nikita with Contractor Lead Solutions. Just wanted to make a quick video here. We're doing a series of videos on our YouTube channel. They're going to be short form and long form kind of mixed. And we're doing a series kind of documenting everything from, hey, how do you make an ad? What makes a good ad? Different parts of it. How to do it one by one from Facebook, Google, Instagram, TikTok, and etc. And if you guys have any questions, you guys are wanting to learn more, please don't hesitate. Comment a question. You can DM me, inquire about our services, whatever the case is. But my goal, like I mentioned, is I want to give free knowledge to everybody as much as possible because that's what matters to me. I believe that marketing knowledge for contractors should be free and accessible to everybody no matter what. Let's get started. So this is the Ads Manager. If anybody does not know what Ads Manager is or how to access it, please just Google Ads Manager. You should be able to access it through your business profile, your business.facebook.com, and on there you can create a new one if needed. Majority of people will have one already, and yeah. So when you go here, it's going to have three options. You have campaigns, ad sets, and ads. The main thing we're going to initially focus on is campaigns. Campaigns is kind of one big top of the pyramid, and ad sets is under that, and under ad sets we have ads itself. So how we're going to start is we're going to make a new campaign. For campaigns, we have different goals in regards to what you're looking to do. We have awareness, traffic, engagement, leads, ad promotion, and sales. There's a few different things. I want you to remember that as a contractor, you are focused on leads. That is what we want. That is what we're going for. We're not going for awareness. If you want to spend money on that, that's okay. If you want to get likes and follows and whatever on your Facebook page, you can do that. But there's really no reason to do anything but leads. We are focused on getting jobs. We're focused on getting leads, on sending quotes out, bids, meeting people, and that's what we're going to focus on here. For buying type, we always keep it at auction, and we're going to go to leads. Once we select leads, it's going to prompt us onto the next, which is the ad sets itself. So we want to have a few different ad sets, and the ad sets what we're going to do is we're going to test different things. We're going to test audiences, we're going to test demographics, we're going to test creatives, budgets, and etc. What's really nice here is you can have unlimited amount of ad sets. So what I recommend is usually keeping one ad to the ad set specifically. So it's very straightforward. You're not confused, and you can make sure you see what works correctly and what doesn't. So what we're going to do here is for campaign name, I usually like to keep it something specific. Let's say my business name is Charlotte Landscapes, COT Landscapes, and I will try and put today's date to know, hey, this is when I made this, hey, this is where we're starting, and etc. So we'll just do 12/21. Categories. We do not have a special ad. This is for credit, employment, housing, politics. We do not have that. We leave that blank. We're going to, on the campaign details, we keep the buying type as auction, and we just selected the objective, which is lead, so we keep it as is. Campaign spending limit, you shouldn't necessarily set it here. We'll set it on ad sets. The really nice thing, Facebook has changed up over time. They added the A/B test. So practically, whenever we select it, after we submit our initial, after we create this ad set that we're working on right now, it's going to pop up on a new ad set creation automatically. And we can tell it, hey, practically what it does is it copies it, and then we say, hey, we want to test audiences, demographics, placements, whatever the case is. So I like to select it as yes, so it makes it very simple. It copies for you. Sometimes you don't have to. If you don't want to, you can copy it very, very easily. The three dots on the side, it pops up the action menu, and you can literally quickly duplicate it right there. So we go back here. This will duplicate the campaign, by the way, not the ad set itself. So let's select that, and then we have the campaign budget. So this is where things kind of get interesting. The Advantage campaign budget. So Advantage campaign budget will distribute your budget across, currently delivering ad sets to get more results depending on your performance, goal choice, and bid strategy. So this is kind of where it gets interesting. Facebook has features enough built it in, into its algorithm that it can kind of tell us, hey, this is what's working best. We're going to kill the other two ad sets without us having to manually go in there and deselect it. The reason for that being is Facebook understands that we're spending money, and hey, if it's working, we're going to spend more money, so Facebook will make more. So therefore, they want to include in the algorithm that they do things like this automatically. So we're going to go next, and it pops up on ad sets. So on ad sets, you can do kind of different things. You can name it based on what you're targeting. Let's say if you're doing broad or interest or demographics, whatever the case is. You can do based on if you're doing instant forms, messenger, calls, whatever the case is, and etc. So for this one, we're just going to do CLT. We're going to do broad, and I like to put this pretty kind of division sign. And let's say we do 20 plus, and we do still images 1 and 3. So next we go to conversion. So on conversion, we have a few options on how we want to generate these leads. So I'm gonna kind of talk a little bit about details on here because a lot of people get confused. So what I believe personally, that this is not advice on, hey, this is what you should do, this is how to run your business. I'm just telling you guys my opinion on things, what I've seen, what I've experienced, and etc. Out of these 6, obviously there's no app even option, you can't even select it, but out of these, I guess 5, the ones that primarily work is instant forms and messenger. How we like to do it, again, the main thing is you want to test. You test. So whenever you make things, you want to prioritize testing it. You want to test audiences, images, headlines, creatives, placements, demographics, everything you want to test. So here, same thing, we want to test, hey, what's working better, instant forms or messenger, or both? So you want to make different ad sets with different conversion locations. So for example, for this one, let's say we just do Messenger, and what it does on Messenger is whenever somebody's interested, there will be a button, send message or learn more or whatever the case. For this one, send message, we're sending messages on Messenger. It will send to the business profile messages from the profile that's interacting on Facebook. The issue that we run into here is you cannot prevent kind of not necessarily spam, but people moreover than not accidentally clicking it or whatever the case is, aka the quality of leads tends to be a little bit lower than somewhere where you can pre-qualify things. So whenever you select Messenger, it will go down here. We have it set on buying. So this is what it's for. We select the Facebook page you're interacting with. I've already accepted the meta terms. There'll be a little accept button in view terms. You have bid control option, you have budget and schedule, daily budget. What we like to say is a lot of people that we start working with for advertising services and we run ads for them, they have a big question, hey, how much should I be spending on ads? So this depends on what kind of business you run, how many leads you're looking to get. We work with national pool builders that spend 300 bucks a day. We work with small guys that spend 40, 30 bucks a day. I say a healthy medium is somewhere between that, like $50 to $80, depending on what you're really looking for. Right now, the same thing with the cost per lead is different. Sometimes it's 25 bucks, 35 bucks, 45 bucks, 60 bucks, whatever the case is. Another thing, don't look at necessarily the number that the cost per lead. Focus on the fact that, hey, is this getting me my money back? Am I making, what's the ROI? What's the ROAS? Return on ad spend, ROAS. And think about it that way. So let's say if you spend, you spend 50 bucks a day. 50 bucks a day times 30 days, you're spending 1,500 in ad spend a month. If you're a contractor, let's say in the hardscape industry, your average ticket project is let's say, 20 grand. 20 grand, you're making 30% on it. Let's say 7 grand. And then let's say that's obviously gross. And if you have 50 bucks a lead, you have 30 leads. You literally just need one of the 30 to spend that 20 grand. If you close one, you're making crazy. You're making 7 grand on the 1500 you spend. So like 4x, excuse me, more than 4x on the ROAS. Obviously, we want to be able to spend more and more and more and get crazy. Like, for example, we have clients that are, like I said, pool builders. Pool builder projects are 150 grand. 150 grand. If you have, one lead that you spend 100 bucks to get on, that one lead at 150 grand, that is 100, 1500 ROAS. So it's all up to interpretation. 1500 ROAS based on that, on the revenue. Same thing, the previous example, 20 grand. If you're spending 1500, 20 grand, that's on the profit. I apologize. The price on the 20 grand you'll be looking at is somewhere around, what is it? Let me grab a calculator here. 20 grand divided by 1500, 13, nearly 14. So stuff like that. Just think about it that way. You can let it run. We usually don't set an end date, and the start date you just set to whatever. Then location. This is a very big thing. We always get a lot of questions about that. What we like to do is, let's say you're in Charlotte. I'm in Charlotte, North Carolina. Now I go to Charlotte, NC. I always recommend to do approximately, ideally 25 miles. I understand if you're in New York and that's just not realistic. But we usually recommend 25 miles. If you need to do less, I would say at least do 15-mile radius. Obviously, if you want to be, let's say, more centered, you move the pin. You want to be towards, whatever, towards different towns, you move the pin and you can adjust it that way. But we recommend at least having an audience of 500,000. And mile radius doesn't matter as much. This is just specifically for the audience size. What we see mile radius that creates that is somewhere between 15 to 25. So we recommend at least 500,000. If you have an audience of less than 500,000, that's just not going to work. Facebook is going to exhaust your audience and it's not going to be well. Then advance plus audience. So the technology that Facebook has right now is they want their algorithm to determine what people they're going to show it to. And practically, to summarize how they do it, is they're going to grab, you have a broad audience. You have, let's say, 18 to 65. They're going to show it to people in 18 to 25, 25 to 35, 45, 55, and etc. and see which ones are clicking, which ones are best, and automatically go down. Does that sound crazy? Yes, but that's just how the algorithm is right now. Very, very public announcement. When you're watching this video, I don't know if it's March, December, whatever, 2023, 24, 25, pay attention because Facebook algorithm always changes. A year and a half ago, you could have picked, hey, we want 25 to 35-year-olds and we want to show them specifically our ad, and it just hits like crazy and you're making great money. But then Facebook changed everything and it went another direction. We want to be very clear. This is not some sort of certified advice. I am just giving information out for free to the internet because I want you to understand how all of this works, how you should do this, and etc. And what we like to do, like I said, you can do broad, you can test, you can do male, female, you can do different interests, different behaviors, whatever, and keep going that way. Same thing with placements. Placements, you have a ton of placements. Here all of the options. There are 17 placements that you can put it on. That is a humongous amount of options. You can test, you can do in-stream ads, you can test for results, you can test for apps, stories, whatever. and select certain things that you're looking for. But there's no really specific answer, same way that's on the Advantage Plus. Like, hey, you select things, you try things, you see what works, what doesn't, and then from there evaluate. And then we have the ad itself. Hey guys, this video has been going for about 15 minutes now. I'm gonna cut it off here. If you guys want to see part 2 on how to create a Facebook ad, let me know. I will drop another video explaining some more details on everything from the creation of the ad specifically. And yeah, just let me know if you have any questions. Please comment, DM me, like this video, share it with people. This is free knowledge. I want to make sure that this knowledge is accessible to everybody in the contracting industry. And yeah, guys, holidays are coming up. Merry Christmas, Happy New Year, and let's go. Let's make some money.